Amidst a world with 150 million startups at play and 50 million born yearly, the prospect of being an entrepreneur may seem daunting. But armed with funding, vision, and the right ecosystem, the route can become much clearer.
The simplest ideas are the ones that are most profitable.
In the heart of the UAE capital, we meet the Abu Dhabi founders treading their path to startup success.
I'm so excited to see this. Yes. Hi,
Startup entrepreneur Juliana Babic and co-founder Marco Corallo
For the starters, we can have maybe just 3-4 desks.
Yeah.
And then
are looking for a new place to set up their business.
let's check this one out.
And Juliana knows exactly what she wants when it comes to an office space.
Oh, well, there's the view. Look at the view. Look at the views. Abu Dhabi is gorgeous.
Though more than just a view, what the CEO is really looking for is a window to more opportunities.
Yeah, I really like this.
One of the reasons why entrepreneurs are coming from abroad and looking at places like Abu Dhabi is one, a massive global shift. Technology now is pretty much everywhere, which means talent is anywhere. They just want to go to a place where they can reach a lot of customers very easily, and they want to go to a place whose government and policy making makes it really easy for them to build and succeed.
Juliana runs Xenius Academy, an education technology company focusing on training staff for the hospitality sector.
So last year when we decided to embark on this journey, we decided to put in all our savings and everything that we ever made into this company. And that has been a very interesting, very intense journey.
Juliana initially shifted from her home country of Serbia to base her company at the hub of tech businesses in the United States, Silicon Valley, but soon realized that other locations could offer her company more opportunities.
Silicon Valley is the heart of tech industry, and because of that, it's oversaturated, and it's really hard to get noticed by these big venture capital firms. However, in Abu Dhabi, it's a perfect time for us to come here.
Today, about a third of the United Arab Emirates' GDP is dependent on the oil and gas industry. But the country wants to diversify the economy and is investing in its non-oil sectors, helping boost entrepreneurship. It aims to give support to more than 8,000 startups and small and medium enterprises by 2031.
What really is essential for a company is to have money not just at the early seed stage, but taking them through the growth journey. Abu Dhabi, of course, has a tremendous capability through the different funds and sovereign wealth funds to help fund funds and help fund entrepreneurs. The infrastructure is there, the rule of law is there, the money is there, the support is there. Abu Dhabi, in a way, is actually becoming a new hub of a very new world in innovation and technology.
New to the city, Juliana is heading to an accelerator called startAD that is helping young startups find their way in the local business landscape.
All right, where do I go now?
Straight and then next right. I think you can pull in. Yeah.
Yeah?
Inside.
And then where is going to be the parking?
Yeah. Oh no, this is the residence parking. I think we need to go back.
Hello. Hi.
Launched in 2016, startAD says it has helped raise over $243 million in investment for its startups, a critical lifeline for any new business.
Hope you didn't have any trouble finding us.
Not at all.
We can have the best of startups, but we do also have to have a good, mature investor ecosystem that can fund these startups so they can be successful too. So that's also a part of the strategy, investing for financial returns, but at the same time, you're investing in technologies and products that make life better.
84% of startAD program participants come from abroad, like entrepreneur Bronte Weir. Originally from the United Kingdom, she set up her agritech company Below Farm in 2021.
And these now are 3 kilos, yeah?
Yes, 3 kilos.
I think it's good. I think it's a good size. And now we're milling
So
down.
we saw an opportunity for growing mushrooms here in an area where food security was really, really important and getting a lot of attention. But really no one was looking into the mushroom space, especially specialty mushrooms.
From oyster to lion's mane, Below Farm currently says it produces 1 ton of mushrooms per month right here in this facility.
Coming down and actually hanging out with the mushrooms is definitely my favorite part. I find they are wonderfully intricate and they're inspiring to work with.
More than just a passion project, Below Farm hopes to quadruple output by the end of the year and secure over $1 million in funding in 2024.
Yeah, there is a lot of funding opportunities around. That said, there are plenty of challenges that we're dealing with, especially we're quite a CapEx intensive business, so it's never easy raising money for CapEx. So you do the best that you can do, you know. We have built something that I think is really wonderful. It's just, you know, doing everything that you can to maximize that.
Like many agritech startups, Bronte's business may find room for growth in Abu Dhabi. The Emirate has allocated over $130 million in incentives for SMEs in this sector.
All of a sudden, smart and sophisticated ecosystems are looking at their area and saying, I'm not limited by anything. I can look at something like agritech because I can leapfrog. I can look at things like transportation, leapfrog the things from what they were before. I can look at fintech and leapfrog whatever challenges there would be in traditional banking elsewhere. And in a way, a nation like UAE and Abu Dhabi, they're startup countries and startup cities leveraging these capabilities to be able to make a difference.
With successful meetings and guidance from startAD, Juliana is now on a mission to secure her first local client. If all goes to plan, the pizzeria will be training their staff with Juliana's EdTech platform soon.
One thing that people do not understand or do not have a chance to really understand is how fulfilling and freeing and inspiring and incredible the journey of an entrepreneur is. It's a very difficult one, but it's probably the most creative and freeing quest you can embark on.
As funding opportunities continue to grow, burgeoning startups in Abu Dhabi are seizing the moment to secure their own slice of success.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're very excited actually.
Down, 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 down.
As these tanks are lowered, for entrepreneur Ziad Hussami, business is on a high.
Through there, pumps over.
He is the co-founder of Maruna, a startup that says it has developed an innovative wastewater treatment system.
Our key solution is BiomeWeb, and BiomeWeb is a nature-based solution that harnesses the power of nature to treat wastewater in a circular way.
Today, the project is up and running at this construction site in Abu Dhabi.
You get most of your nutrients out here, but the hardest thing to get out is usually the last bit. And that's where the plants do the work. Yeah, the stuff that's soluble.
Instead of adding chemicals, Ziad says plants such as mint and reeds help to break down the contaminants in the water.
So we put the more delicate ones, the not aggressive ones on the outside.
Maruna currently has tanks in 2 different sites in the UAE. As Ziad sows new dreams for his business, he says ongoing support will be key to his success.
It is challenging. Not everywhere is right for everyone. I think at this stage, because there's been so many startups which have flooded the market, that you need to, the ecosystems have matured and they're more selective. They're not looking for things which are going to be just pilots, which are, sometimes the early traps about sustainability. Being in accelerators here that could really tie you in with companies and persons and individuals that are, vis-a-vis understand you and your product, your pains, and what it takes to implement it and have the goodwill. I don't think you can find many places like here.
And that's one of the reasons why he moved from Lebanon to register his company in Abu Dhabi in 2020.
The strength of an ecosystem is essential. In the end, what entrepreneurs really are trying to do is take as much friction out of their lives. They want to be able to move as quickly as possible and as efficiently as possible. So if you have an ecosystem where you have a lot of other talent around you who wants to build, where you have a lot of policy and regulation which just steps back and helps to unleash you, where you have infrastructure in place that works and technology that works, and you have other things which are sensitive to the markets you're trying to reach, you've taken all that friction away.
Maruna is finding that support through Masdar City, a sustainable development just outside Abu Dhabi. Here, their Catalyst Accelerator strives to help startups in niche sectors, like businesses focused on clean technologies.
The really special thing about climate tech startups specifically is that these companies do not scale and grow as fast as other startups in the region, right? We're very active in the development of the startup. We give them funding, we give them mentorship, we give them access to really the entire energy sector of the UAE, as well as many government initiatives in Abu Dhabi.
We need customers who understand us, who speak our language. That's a very small niche of people. And,
People can look at ecosystems and say, what needs do we have? What can we do together to be able to meet certain needs, to actually meet with entrepreneurs and say, what do you really need in order to expand? It's effectively saying around the world, you can come here and you can succeed and you can build. And there'll be benefit to that to the region. And when you have that kind of sauce, when you have that kind of flywheel, really, really exciting things happen.
The startup business scene here is growing and fast. According to research and policy advisory firm Startup Genome, the ecosystem value in the UAE capital is expanding almost 3 times faster than the global average, so much beyond the ecosystem at Masdar City. Whether clean tech, agri-tech, finance, entrepreneurs have access to a multitude of sector-specific networks, some more niche than others.
We were looking for social impact hubs, social impact accelerators. So it's sometimes very difficult to find those programs, those incubators that are specific for social impact. Hey, how are you?
Jose Rubinger and Carla Galvao run Key to Enable in Abu Dhabi. The startup developed an educational keyboard for people with disabilities.
So by doing this, you have access to 144 commands in the computer.
Jose moved from Brazil to Abu Dhabi in 2019 to take part in an incubator program held by Abu Dhabi's Authority of Social Contribution, Ma'an.
Ma'an, that means togetherness. So they were trying to bring together other innovations to the region to help and support people of determination. We learned with each other. They were aiming to bring, for example, network to show us how things worked here in the UAE. They brought to us, for example, professionals that were trying to help us, to support us with the pitch deck, with the design of our website, with the solution. And here, when I was during this program, I understood that I had to change the language of my system. So we did the first Arabic keyboard, plus we changed the solution to Arabic also. So all of this, Ma'an helped us.
Since it began 4 years ago, Ma'an has supported more than 70 startups with almost $140 million allocated to social enterprises.
MAN aims to empower entities from non-for-profit organizations, social enterprises, community volunteering groups. And we believe that building and providing them with a platform can help unlock their full potential. Key to Enable was one of the first businesses that we have launched in our incubator program, actually. He worked closely with the education system as well as the People of Determination schools. So this is where partnership can really play an important role to advance both the social entrepreneur's journey.
Hi everyone, come and have a seat.
Since joining Ma'an, Key to Enable says it has grown to offer their keyboard in over 800 educational institutions globally.
I'm going to give you 2 words and you need to write the contraction. So can you tell
Mariam is one of many students benefiting from Key to Enable's creation. Using a combination of well-spaced, colourful keys, Mariam is able to take part in the class exercise. Jose hopes that this journey will encourage other social entrepreneurs to thrive.
Every time that I see a child like Mariam, for example, trying and actually having success using any other tool, this is the most important that can happen to not only us, but to all the startups.
Mariam, tell them the color. Just tell them the color, okay? Oh, yellow and purple, okay.
A sign that a solid startup ecosystem can impact much more than businesses.
Good teamwork over there, well done.
So we have here this low energy plasma reactor, which is taking out all of the CO2 emissions.
This may look like a science lesson,
Sulfur oxides, nitrogen oxides.
But for industry leaders,
are actually eliminated here in this point, and then
it could be music to their ears.
The clean air is going out of the unit really completely clean, because you remember
CEO Reni Popcheva-Capri runs Solimar, a startup that has developed a device which they say can filter out air pollutants.
Solimar technology has been developed as a solution to reduce emissions coming from gases, from particles and volatile organic compounds in a cost-efficient way, so you get this ultimate capturing efficiency and capturing results. It is based on R&D, which has been for aviation initially. Then we kind of changed it and upgraded it for industrial use, for applications in maritime and oil and gas. We are using aero and fluid dynamics, low energy plasma vortex, water atomization, water declusterization process. In a simple words, more or less.
For Reni, this is a critical time as the international community looks into adopting green solutions, including businesses like Emirates Global Aluminium, which says it has the UAE's largest industrial company outside of oil and gas.
In all industries, everybody wants to actually reduce emission or eliminate emission. So if we take the example of Solimar, so yes, we'll be very passionate about it and very excited to develop that solution and prove it in our industry and then apply it elsewhere.
Reni moved from Bulgaria to Abu Dhabi in 2020, looking to tap into local opportunities. With the UAE hosting multiple international events in the climate sector, such as Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week, and as the country gears up to host the global climate conference COP28 later this year, entrepreneurs in the field of green tech might be a breath of fresh air.
Since we arrived, we've been part of multiple programs, and I always keep saying that we were lucky to be here in the region because it's lots of happening, lots of initiatives of all kinds, really, which are being organized here.
And so Rennie is setting her sights even further, with the goal of deploying a pilot of her device to different parts of the world.
Our first partners which supported us was Innovation Norway. There has been conversations in Singapore, Greece, Saudi Arabia. We already had discussion with Saudi Aramco. The next stop is India, China.
Global expansion, and to think about where you should go, is one of the most interesting new questions in the last few years. Almost any startup can think global day one in a way they couldn't 10 years ago, because literally all you are is one click away from anyone. So when you have a great city like Abu Dhabi and the UAE writ large, with that kind of diversity of insight, you have people from India, from Egypt, from Latin America who can say, this is actually what people really do. This is what they need. We're actually going to be building solutions that, quite frankly, the traditional ecosystems haven't ever spent that much time trying to understand in their own terms. And that is something that is, I think, a tremendous advantage.
Located within an 8-hour flight of 2/3 of the global population and being home to over 200 nationalities, Abu Dhabi is a gateway to the world.
Being here in Abu Dhabi has helped us reach the international markets because we are now more visible by the rest of the world. UAE has always been, I believe, under the spotlight, and it's always been an interesting destination for business. You have indirect access to multiple other communities.
Abu Dhabi is a place that many startups are now calling home, where funding opportunities, a bustling ecosystem, and strategic location has brought entrepreneurs from all corners of the world to form networks.
We have a really strong knit community of entrepreneurs.
I think we're all going to push each other to grow and be better.
Tied together by their passion for business.
By continuing doing this, you, of course, you fulfill your mission, but you will fulfill their mission, and you are changing their future.
And the sense that Abu Dhabi could play a part in their journey to success.
And for a company which is trying to reimagine, how future cities are built, this is the right place for us.
What's happening now, we have never even allowed ourselves to dream.